All right, guys, it's 4:30. It is February 24th. I hope everyone's feeling okay. Let's take a look at the disclosure and get to the recap and look ahead. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. So I hope everyone's feeling well. You know, every day we're going neutral, neutral, negative, back to neutral, 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 positive, 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 and that's what happens when you get a mess like this. But, you got to be prudent and you got to know what's happening and where we are in the ranges so you don't get caught too early in places you don't want to be. So anyway, what happened today, we came in first thing and you had a chance to buy verse 680, you had a chance to cover a little bit, and then we didn't get rejected halfway through, which would have been feeble instead of pushed up, and now this level's gone. Now we see if this holds this tomorrow. But obviously we have to see how we open up, so I'm just going to take that off of there for now because it's still building. Looks better than it did yesterday. Q's also kind of led the way. Looks better than it did yesterday. Didn't get rejected halfway through, which if it was that feeble, it would have got rejected halfway through, would have given power to yesterday's candle instead. It's right back here. Doesn't mean it's going to take out, 609.50 and 610 and be at 617, but it can. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to do it prior to whatever. NVIDIA. But, there'll be probably some volatility after the State of the Union tonight, depending on what if the president has any curveballs, which he loves to do. So we'll see. IWM, it came right back up. This is gone now. Now you can use this 258. Still building, still going sideways. That's what happens after decent sized moves. You get these consolidation phases, right? So far, it's still just consolidating. Can't be so upset there, right? My best trade was Microsoft as a day trade. Everything else was kind of like a swing and decent. Why was Microsoft, after being such a piece of junk the whole time, my best trade? Because it did a little red dog reversal. Hey, little red dog reversal, went below 283.10, made a low of 383.10, made a low at 381.71, and then came back up. That is a red dog reversal. Don't we all know that one? I think a lot of people made money there, though, so I'm not like yelling at anybody. I'm yelling at anyone anyway. Everyone does what they want to do. But this, was a focus then. So if you look at the VTF, by the way, you'll see what I took overnight. I have a bunch of risk on overnight. You'll see that I bought Microsoft in the first, 936, 937, and then it went up by $3. I sold. Then it pulled back, went red again, bought, and then I sold the rest of the day and made good money, and now I'm done with it. Anybody make money with Microsoft today? My best trade today? Nice, me too. So it was good. Glad it didn't snow today and snowed yesterday. So we all played that kind of together. Even Danny, my man Danny from Arizona, made money. Anyway, so that was good. When that happened, everything went. I'm sure you had to watch ServiceNow went, Oracle went, IGV went. So I remember yesterday, I'm like, what would change the look of Microsoft or software? Or it's like, well, it's got to take back this candle pretty fast. I guess in 2 days would be, and get back above this, and that would be considered like an overshoot. Not saying it's going to happen. It probably doesn't, but all in all, this was a decent day. That's all we look for sometimes is a decent day. And it happened in like the first 12 minutes, so it was nice. What it's, whenever I put a lesson up there or I put on like sell rules, we're close to something. Because it was a lesson, and now today was profitable. Oracle, decent bounce, right? Higher low, decent bounce, nothing so great, but something to do. It wasn't as calculated. Now kind of filled the gap. And now we're waiting on WD. Workday came out. Some people think that the revenues weren't great, the margins weren't great, which they weren't, but it's come down a lot. I'm kind of watching it here. I played it once, lost a tiny bit of money. I was kind of thinking that, it was kind of priced in, right? Maybe tomorrow, it'll do it, but it's pretty tight here. If it can get through 122.50, I think there's a trade after hours. If you're watching it, I feel like people are lurking, waiting for that. Copilot is the worst AI ad of any of the 10 offered at my firm. Okay. Doesn't mean you can't get a red dog reversal today and love it and leave it. Anyway, so that's WDY. What's this low here? 125.83. So it's got to get above that 122 and then 125.83, and that would probably lift sentiment for software tomorrow too, if it goes up on that. Look where the 8-day is, probably. Also, some people are like, what could people have seen here? Well, you could have seen a lot. Look when this broke. It's been breaking the whole time. Anyway, my little face keeps looking at it like as if it's going to go through and I don't want to miss it, but kind of like what I did with, remember when whatever it was, what was the name of that? That was Dash. I'm like, it's down 15, buy it down 15, buy it down 15, and then I left and it was green and up 10. Anyway, what's co-work? IMEC. So anyway, that's that. So we'll see. It's getting pretty tight. Does it want to do it today? Does it want to do it tomorrow? I don't know. But some people like, do I draw charts after hours, post earnings? I do also. You'll wait and see what happens. It's pretty tight. That's W day. Anyway, so again, Microsoft, not a bad little candle. Decent money today. Doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean you can go Jonies to the wall. It means like, hey, maybe tries to get back to here, and then we see it could be a short there. I did make really good money in Apple, but Apple wasn't a day trade. Apple I was in. Apple gave a really nice move up through there, so now you can get rid of this and this and this. Got back involved around 260.05. I want to reclaim this spot right here. If you remember, that was Friday. Added to it, and now I'm a little smaller. It's above the moving averages. It's been acting really well. Can't be upset about Apple, right? Held this 263. Went as high as what today? Went as high as 267.71. 267.71. That's a new point of reference. It's just funny how Apple does it. It's got to go so fast and then do nothing the rest of the day. Still keeps looking at this W day. Anyway, so Apple was really good. Someone asked me, like, why the hell am I in Tesla again after I just got stopped out? I asked myself the same question. Kind of came back up, held the 200-day one more time. There is a mini little downtrend here. Some people think it'll be at the State of the Union tonight, which might help a little bit. I have TSLL, which is a little less volatility than Tesla itself. So we'll see. It's a little void here if it wants to get back up into there, but obviously a lot has to happen for that. It's not great. I could see why no one would be in that. Amazon looks a bit better, held where it had to. I said it has to hold 203 and it did. Can't be so upset about that. Rebuilding. Google wasn't so bad either. Choppy though. Again, you have to take the range trade. So I guess you could say this held. You could maybe go like that now. Get this out of the way. Nothing great there. Someone asked me why am I back in Robinhood. I kind of did like a little undercut, a little red dog reversal. I lost in options here, so I figured, hey, no earnings coming out. Crypto got a little bit better. Maybe he'll talk a crypto bill, and that'll help here. So I bought a little bit. It's just worth a try from 153 down. It's definitely very broken. Some of the little ones woke up. First of all, iron, kind of really cute, right? That had to happen for this to happen, and that happened. So it did get above 43.73. Is looking a little bit better. CIFR, finally a 2-day move. Still has a lot to do here, but there's still a lot of room just to get back into the range. So if you're in it, you're in it. I did buy this FRMI. Looked like it had a bigger candle, and then it just kind of faded at the end of the day. I don't know why. Someone said that was because it was a lawsuit, but there's always a lawsuit when a stock goes from 37 to 9. You know, class action suit. Oh, I'm not allowed to lose money. Okay, it's a stock market. Yeah, you are. But anyway, I mean, this iced coffee is not good. I know, Wolf. Wolf looked really good. Had a breakdown, get a little reversal. Now it looks, wow. Nice to see stock could like do this, you know. Definitely tough though. Had to come back in, which these things do, and now it's got room. There's a lot of room, you know. It's just a matter of where. Where's it gonna go? This would be like a wall, like a super duper wall, right? Right, like you know, this kind of bull flag. This is where it went to, held, kind of where it broke down from. Could see 25 if we ever get a crypto bounce, right? Yeah, exactly. They're working on a crypto deal. It's supposed to be having one soon. That's why I keep kind of looking at Hood also. Um, Poet, which was an old school stock of mine, you know, I have options on that perked up and it finally rounded up and was a little bit better, so I bought some stock today. It's not the best thing out there. It's not like it could be, you know, not saying it's going to be super duper and go back towards 9 or 940, but it got a little better and I've been watching it, so I bought some. Acted a little bit different, so I went with some. ONDS just to track it a little bit because I lost sight of it. I don't want to lose sight of it. Did do a little red dog reversal. There's a deal coming out on Thursday that a few of my friends love, so I'm going to watch it close and see how good it, you know, goes. Schwarmer. Nice little red dog reversal here, so it looks a little bit better. Yeah. What did you say? Memory, thoughts? Oh, yeah. SanDisk looked like it was strong. There's been a lot of shorts trapped in there, and then then what's his face came out on it. Um, Citron, so kind of put a little damper there. You know, that probably caught short, so we'll see how long it takes to work it off. Maybe it changed it, maybe it didn't. But all in all, it definitely was a little weaker today. See how it goes. Sometimes they change the complexion of a stock, and sometimes they add shorts there, and it just goes faster because there are more uncommitted shorts there looking for fast money from Citron, which might or might not happen. But anyway, if you're still in it, you know your stop really needs to be 574. Your honey badger? What's a honey badger? Did you go to Wisconsin? You know, MU tried to be a little stronger, but couldn't do it by itself. What did WDC do? No, a little weaker. You know, lagged, so be careful. Ooh, what's that? ASTS looks pretty good. Nice little setup to take out 88. I should actually, if I didn't have so many little trades things on, I'd probably be long this also. I probably should be long a little bit. It's the name that I feel bad about if I miss. But what happened? Remember the guy? Oh, there you go. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I think I remember. Yeah, does look good. Where to close? I'll take a tiny bit with you guys. Let's track it a little closer. Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a track, so if it does get above this 88 to fill that gap, I'm there and I see it. FCX. Wow. I remember when this was left for dead a few years ago. I couldn't even get above it, like $8 or something. Let's see when that was. That was longer than that. That was back here. Huh. Wow. Wowzers. Yeah, I remember down here. This is when like my friends love this and they loved Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy. You could retire. This is 2020. And then obviously, here you go. Wow. Big move. Two big moves. Look how long it had to go sideways for from 2021 across. Oh, I hate Path. That guy bagged us with that one. No, he didn't. It was a good earnings play, and then he said, I thought he said it was his stock for 2000, whatever it was, 2026, and then it went and fell. The thing I get out of it right there. Wow, what a bad stock. That was horrible. I was on a Spaces with him and I asked him about it. He said, no, I got out of it after earnings. I said, okay, just let it go. It's so broken. Anywho, it happens. It was a good earnings play. And then never should have broken 16. What else? Well, I didn't do the chart of IGV. Be interesting if we could fill this gap. Right now it took back kind of the overthrow down move. So if we can get the little red dog reversal, if we can get into here and then stay above this, people will think it's an overthrow and then maybe get a better bounce. So what was this little low here? 76.25. 17 cents was your risk today. Huh. If you did the red dog reversal there. Yeah. That probably happened really fast. That's why I went with Microsoft. It's a 79.49. What was this high today? 79.14. 79. Just say ish. For now. Let's see. All right, well, you have the State of the Union tonight, and then you have NVIDIA tomorrow. We'll see. NVIDIA's pretty well set up. If it wants to deliver, like, come on. Now's the time. Look at this consolidation. In the same place it was last time I reported. This was the last time I reported and failed. And that's what brought the market in, and this was well before then. This is July. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 7 months ago. 7 months ago, it was in the same spot. If you go to the weekly, no. Yeah, it was the summer. Not 5 quarters, I was wrong. Listen, great stock for since 2023, just not a great stock the last 7 months, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys, 4:49, get some rest. I will see you in the morning. Hopefully you had a good day. There were definitely some easier, better things, more my style, which could be your style than recently. Yeah. Stealth correction that nobody could see, huh? All right.